Hey guys, and welcome to the solution video for the September coding challenge. This one's called Sum of Multiples, and the question is as follows. Suppose you're given any positive integer, in this case we'll call it n. Find the total for all the numbers between 1 and n, inclusive of, which are divisible by either 3, 5, or 7. So, just to give you an example, suppose n is given as 10. This means that for all the numbers between 1 and 10, inclusive of, find the ones that can divide by 3, 5, or 7. So for this case, it's going to be 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. The sum of those is 40. So given the challenge, we had a couple of submissions this month. Let's bring up the first one. So Keith Kazamaflick, I hope I've pronounced that correctly. I'll move this other one down for a second. You've used a really funky generator comprehension here. So if I just take this bit here to begin with, so it looks like you've used a generator comprehension. So you've done I for I in range 1, n plus 1, which looks good. That's going to give you that initial 1 to 10. But what's really cool is you've done this bit at the end here. So you're basically saying, give me all the numbers between, in this case, 1 and 10, but only if this condition holds true for a number. And what you've done for this is effectively another comprehension. So this any block here is going to say, for all of this stuff here, if any of the things inside this are true, then the whole thing can return true. So let's see what you've done here. I mod x equals 0. So basically checking if something, when divided by x, is evenly divisible. So yeah, sounds like a mouthful that. So let's see what that actually means. So you've done I mod x equals 0 for x in 3, 5, 7 here. So I is going to be 1 to 10, and this I mod x is basically going to say, when I is divided by x, so 3, 5, or 7, we'll take 3 first, if that evenly divides, then it's true. So in this case here, as soon as it picks up that things are dividing evenly, this is going to return true for that given number. So that's really cool. So you're basically saying, go through the numbers 1 to 10. For the ones that divide by 3, 5, or 7, keep them. And at the end, just return the sum of all of those ones that manage to meet this condition inside the any block here. We'll run your code real quick. There we go, we got 40, looks good. Okay, on to the next one. And it looks pretty similar. So you've got a list comprehension instead here. So yeah, that looks cool. This bit is effectively the same as the previous one, which is good. And I think, to be honest, that's the only real kind of logical way of doing it, unless you use an explicit for loop. You've got the sum function as well, which looks good. And effectively, this here, I would argue, has the same output of this. It's just a little bit longer. Whichever one you prefer, it's really up to you. I think both are quite nice solutions, which is cool. So this one here is saying, go for the numbers 1 to 1 plus n, and keep them in this list if they match this condition, or this condition, or this condition here. Once that list contains all those numbers, you're then passing that whole list into the sum function, and then returning them again. Let me just quickly pinch this print statement here. We'll put it underneath, and we'll save and run, and we should get 40. And we do. That looks good. And to be honest, if I was writing this, I would do it exactly the same way. I'd probably use either this solution or this solution here. Suppose maybe you're not as experienced in Python. There is a way you could do it just using an explicit for loop. Suppose maybe you didn't want to use like an explicit comprehension. You could do something like this. So maybe we did total equals 0 here. Then we could say for I in the range of 1 to 1 plus n. Let's see. And for now, actually, let's just kind of go through it step by step. We won't do the whole thing in one go. So we'll do this here. We can then print what I is doing here. Just a quick one. This is going to also print none at the end as well because I've not done a return statement yet. But let's have a go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10. And that's fine. Then what I'd want to do is do our checks inside here. And because this is already written and it's nice, I could pinch this. Let's do this here. So we'll put our if inside there in the right place. And now let's print again. So before appending or before adding to this here, we'll just do that. Run again. So we only get 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So these are the only numbers that match this condition here. Except what we want to do is, rather than just printing them, we want to go to total and do plus equals I here. And then outside the for loop, we then want to return our total. And we should, if that's done correctly, get 40. There we go. So again, thank you so much for submitting these. I do love seeing these kind of functional examples. I really do appreciate it. Keep your eyes peeled for the October question. I'll be bringing that out in the next couple of days. And feel free to give in your answers and I can put them into next month's video. Cheers.